So, hello everyone, good evening to all. Just confirm me once in the chat box my voice is audible. Okay, so today we have a very specific topic, and this topic is exclusively for GST officers and GST authorities. And we'll discuss in a very unique way the concept of analysis of financial statement. So I just request, if possible, then just share this link of this particular webinar with other GST officers, other GST authorities, other GST departmental officers, so that all can take the advantage of this specific webinar. Okay, and this webinar is live on YouTube as well. So I request YouTube participants as well, if you have any question, any query, you may put the same in the chat box on YouTube, and on Zoom platform you are also free to raise the questions in the chat box. Will definitely provide you the response. But before moving ahead, I just request, share once the link of this particular webinar with all other GST officers group and all other professionals. If professionals are watching this particular webinar, then also this will be helpful, because we'll discuss the analysis of financial statement from revenue leakage finding perspective, and this webinar is completely based on practical approach. Okay, I am not going to take any reference of provision of law. We'll only going to discuss with you certain techniques to find out the revenue leakage through the financial statements. Also, I will not take your much more time. We'll conclude the session in next 30 minutes. Okay. So today we have session on analysis of financial statement. On tomorrow, we have a session on a specific topic, how to mitigate the litigations under GST. And that session will also be completely based on practical approach. And the timing of tomorrow's session will be 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Okay. So I request you may share this information with as much as possible and with the other professionals and the authorities. So let's start our discussion on the analysis of financial statement. Sir, whenever there will be departmental audit, whenever there will be business audit, whenever there will be a scrutiny of returns, in case of business audit, in case of departmental audit, sorry, the first document which we are demanding is the audited financial statement. Okay, and through that audited financial statement, this audited financial statement is not merely for the checking of turnover. This audited financial statement is not merely for checking of the fixed assets and everything. These audited financial statement are very much relevant from the perspective of identification of the revenue leakages. These financial statement are the key to find out the compliance process. These financial statements are very much important to identify the nature of the industry, the type of transactions, the specific relevancy related to the time of supply, value of supply, and these financial statements are the key to guide the way of your audit, how you need to conduct the audit, what are the important aspect, what are the important specific things which you need to keep in your mind while doing the audit. All those things are decided through the analysis of financial statement. Okay, so because the GST authorities are from VAT regime or from service tax regime, or they are from GST regime, but there may be chances they have a less idea about the analysis of financial statement, Hence we have designed this specific webinar. Okay, although we have one complete course on the analysis of financial statements specifically designed for the GST officers and GST authorities. If you want to enroll for that, you may text us or you may visit our website www.battoconsultancy.com. But in this webinar, we'll discuss the complete crux as well. Okay, so when I'm talking the word that is financial statement, analysis of financial statement, in that case, the meaning of financial statement, or here the term financial statement means, or financial statement includes your trading account, your profit and loss account, and your balance sheet. I hope these three things are covered in the financial statement, in the definition of financial statement. Okay, now the point is that when I'm saying that the analysis of financial statement is very much important and very much crucial, the logic, the reason behind this specific line is that through the analysis of financial statement, you can easily check the compliances. But the point is that you need to have the complete idea about the each and every provision of GST so that you can check the same through the financial statement. Okay. So we'll discuss one by one the specific point. Okay. When you will check the trading account, first I am going to take the trading account. Sir, I am going to explain you the things in a very simplified language so that you can easily use it in your day-to-day GST handlings. Okay. This is my trading account. In that trading account, you will find the opening stock, you will find the closing stock, you will find the sales. Okay, I am preparing the basic trading account. Okay, you will find the purchase, you will find the direct expenditure, maybe freight, you will find. Okay, and you will find the gross profit. Okay, GP. That is what is the prima facie structure of your trading account. Okay. So the first thing which is very much common, and I suppose every GST officer is doing the same, that is comparing the sales with the GSTR 3B sales. Okay, they are going to compare the sales with the GSTR 3B sales, and they just want to ensure that as per the books of accounts, this is the sales, and the taxpayer has paid the tax on that, the complete sales or not. That is what is the target of that GST authority to check this thing. Okay. They also need to check, or they are also going to check the purchase from the input tax credit perspective. Okay. They just demand the complete purchase register, take the IGST, CGST, SGST, and check the same from the GSTR 3B return that the input tax credit which has been claimed by the GST authority, or sorry, the input tax credit which has been claimed by the taxpayer is correct as per books of accounts or not. Am I right? Sales and purchase all are checking. So I am just going to highlight this. Now, कभी आपने सोचा है to analyze the ratio of opening and closing stock between the sales? Because this plays also a very important role. कभी आपने चेक किया है ratio between sales and purchase? This is also a very much important thing. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है the client is going to make the purchase और sales बहुत कम हो रही है? That means there may be chances that the taxpayer is involved in the fake purchasing, fake buying. So there should be a trend, there should be a ratio. और जब मैं इस एनालिसिस की बात कर रहा हूं, when I'm talking on the analysis of financial statement, at that time, this is not assurance that the client is a fraud or client is involved in the fraudulent activity. This is just a identification that we just need to check these things very carefully. ये केवल हमको एक रास्ता दिखाएगा कि ये चीजें हैं जिस पर मुझे ज्यादा फोकस करना है. एकदम से फ्लक्चुएशन होकर के क्लोजिंग स्टॉक बढ़ गया, कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है ग्लॉस प्रॉफिट को सेट करने के लिए उसने क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को बढ़ाया है? And if that person is going to enhance the closing stock, then we just need to ensure that the actual closing stock is exist with that particular person or not. For that purpose, we need to check the inventory register outside and inside, inward or outward, so that easily verify the closing stock. We also need to check the direct expenditure, and there may be certain type of direct expenditure on which the taxpayers claim the input tax credit. Then we need to check that the person is eligible to claim or not. केवल मेयरली हमने ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट चेक कर लिया, उसमें एक डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंडिचर आ गया, सपोज एक्सपेंडिचर इज मार्क्ड एज 5 लाख रुपीज, वी जस्ट नीड टू डिमांड द डिटेल्ड लिस्ट ऑफ direct expenditure, and then we need to check from the eligibility of input tax credit perspective if there will be any expenditure with the name of freight. In that case, we just need to ensure that the RCM has been paid or not. When we'll check the purchase, demand from the taxpayer that sir provide the item wise list of purchase, and you just need to ensure from that list which has been provided by the client the item wise purchase, that there may be chances certain purchase on which RCM is applicable or not. कहीं क्लाइंट कहीं टैक्सपेयर कोई ऐसी परचेज तो नहीं कर रहा है जिसके ऊपर एज पर सेक्शन नंबर 9 सबसेक्शन 3 आरसीएम शुड बी एप्लीकेबल. In that case, we have to first verify that the taxpayer has paid the reverse charge mechanism or not. How we need to ensure ourselves about the compliance perspective. So financial statement is not just to verify the sales. Financial statement is for the analysis of the compliances. That is what is the important thing which we need to keep in our mind, so that our audit will be in a perfect way. So we have verified the sales, the purchase, we have compared the ratio of opening stock and closing stock. The direct expenditure will demand the complete list, and whenever you will take the financial statement, just demand the financial statement with all the required annexures. Without annexures, don't take the financial statement, because if you will take all the financial statement with all the required annexures, in that case need not to convey again or again the things to the taxpayer that sir हमको ये डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए, हमको ये डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए. आपके पास में annexure है, आप सारी की सारी चीजें बहुत इजीली चेक कर पाओगे. कई बार क्या होता है, हम सेक्शन 9 सबसेक्शन 3 को भूल जाते हैं, और ड्यू टू दैट हम वो डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस देख ही नहीं पाते हैं, या परचेज हम लोग चेक ही नहीं करते कि यार इस परचेज पे आरसीएम लगना चाहिए या फिर नहीं लगना चाहिए. हम केवल परचेज देखते हैं, इनपुट को क्रॉस वेरीफाई करते हैं, ओके, बट जस्ट चेक दैट द आरसीएम इज एप्लीकेबल और नॉट. और उसके लिए हमको वो प्रोडक्ट चेक करने पड़ेंगे. कहीं क्लाइंट सेकेंड हैंड गुड्स में तो डील नहीं कर रहा है, कहीं क्लाइंट रॉ कॉटन में तो डील नहीं कर रहा है, कहीं क्लाइंट तेंदू लीव्स में तो डील नहीं कर रहा है. तो ये चीजें हमको एंश्योर करनी पड़ेगी थ्रू द एनालिसिस ऑफ ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट फ्रॉम द कंप्लायंस पर्सपेक्टिव, फ्रॉम द एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑफ जीएसटी पर्सपेक्टिव. नेक्स्ट, माय प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. This is also a very important part from the perspective of analysis. Okay. Particulars, rupees, particulars, rupees. You will find the gross profit, and here is the lambi chaudy list of the expenditure. Okay, first check from the expenditure perspective that if there will be such type of expenditure on which RCM is applicable, then the taxpayer has paid the reverse charge mechanism or not. Suppose in the expenditure list you found certain expenditure with the name of legal expense, then you just need to ensure that the RCM has been paid or not. If there will be any director fees, then we just need to ensure that the RCM has been paid or not. If there will be any rent which has been paid to the central government, then we just need to ensure that the RCM has been paid or not. Now, होता क्या है, the point is that we'll just check the expenditure as rent. कभी हमने डॉक्यूमेंट डिमांड किया, सर ये रेंट आप किसको दे रहे हो सकता है नॉर्मल पर्सन को दे रहा है. इफ दैट पर्सन इज गोइंग टू पे द रेंट टू द नॉर्मल पर्सन, इग्नोर इट. But if the person is going to pay the rent to the central government, state government, local authority, then definitely RCM will be applicable. And now the provision is that on rent on commercial property, RCM will be applicable. So now we need to check. But if you are doing the audit of financial year 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, still 24, then you just need to check that if the RC rent has been paid to the central state government, then RCM will be applicable. If there will be any amount has been paid to the recovery agent, then RCM will be payable. So these things we just need to ensure. Now, suppose if there will be any expenditure booked like sample expense, in that case, we just need to ensure that the taxpayer has reversed the input tax credit on the purchase of that sample. If there will be any advertisement, कई बार हम लोग खाली एडवर्टीजमेंट को देखते हैं, उसको छोड़ देते हैं. कई बार क्लाइंट क्या करता है, टैक्सपेयर क्या करता है, हेड को चेंज कर देता है. जस्ट डिमांड द डॉक्यूमेंट्स रिलेटेड टू एडवर्टीजमेंट, एंड इन दैट एडवर्टीजमेंट सपोज दैट टैक्सपेयर has distributed certain free samples, then check that the input has been reversed or not. If there will be certain type of expenditure, we just need to ensure that the input tax rate is allowed or not. Or if the input tax rate is blocked under section 17 subsection 5, then the client has not claimed the same. Sorry, that is what is the thing we just need to ensure. So these points are very, very common, but many times we are not going to focus on these points. Sir, just comment me once in the chat box that we are going on the right way. Are you getting my points? I'm expecting reply from each and everyone in the chat box. This session is relevant for you. We also need to ensure if there will be any income, suppose interest income, then we just need to ensure that, sir, this interest is a trade interest or this interest is a financial interest. If trade interest, then check that the GST has been paid or not. Now your question will be that, sir, how we can identify that this is a trade interest or this is a financial interest? So for that purpose, demand the interest ledger. If you will found any trade related party, then that will be called as trade interest and GST will be applicable. If the interest is related to unsecured loan, then the same will be financial interest. If there will be any discount related expenditure is booked, if there will be any discount related expenditure is booked, then just ensure that the terms related to discount has been determined at the time of supply or at the time of issue of invoice, then the same should be adjusted with the outward supply. और अगर बाद का डिस्काउंट है तो उससे आउटवर्ड सप्लाई टैक्स लायबिलिटी कम होने वाली नहीं है. Or if there will be any discount received, then we need to check that the debit note has been booked and the GST has been paid. If there will be any incentive received, then we need to check that the GST has been paid or not. If there will be any income booked with the name of commission, with the name of rent, with the name of AMC charges, we just need to ensure that the GST has been paid or not. That means if there will be a single income booked in the credit side of trading and profit and loss account, then we need to check the applicability of GST on that income. And if the client has not paid the same, if the taxpayer has not paid the same, then we just need to demand the documents, the additional documents, that why you have not paid the GST and why GST will not be applicable, whether the same will not cover under the definition of section 7. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सी बात है, whenever you will draft a particular notice, हम लोग घर घर के लोग बैठे हैं इसलिए मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं, whenever you will draft a particular notice, please take reference of proper section, please take reference of extract example or the extract case study. Multiple time the departmental authority when draft a particular notice or the order, they are not going to consider the relevant case studies, and due to that in front of appellant authority, appellant tribunal, high court, supreme court, there may be adverse situation. मैं ऑथोरिटीज का फेवर नहीं ले रहा हूं या मैं टैक्स पेयर का फेवर नहीं ले रहा हूं, मैं वो बात कर रहा हूं जो रिक्वायरमेंट है एज पर द प्रोविजन ऑफ लॉ। मल्टीपल थिंग्स हमारे ऑर्डर में इंक्लूड नहीं होती है ड्यू टू दैट वी हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट द analysis of the provision of law. That is what is the issue. Okay. Now, so we'll check the credit side of profit and loss account and the debit side, that is expenditure side, from the RCM applicability perspective, from the GST applicability perspective. Specifically check the discount, that the discount is a financial discount or this is a trade discount. Then we have balance sheet. Sir, why we need to analyze the balance sheet in case of GST audit and in case of departmental audit? What will be the relevancy? What will be the relevancy of this balance sheet? इस balance sheet की क्या relevancy है? Sir, this balance sheet is a very important tool, very specific tool. If there will be any bank interest received, then bank interest will be a financial interest, though there will be no any question of applicability of GST. For financial credit note, you just need to check the first interest, that if interest is a financial interest, then that will be a financial credit note will be issued. But if you are talking from the debit or discount perspective, then we just need to ensure the terms of discount has been decided at the time of issue of invoice. So for that purpose, you have to check the invoice. If the discount has been booked itself in the invoice, then the same will be called as a trade discount. But if the terms related to discount has been decided after the invoice, then that will be my financial discount and there will be no any requirement to adjustment of GST. How we need to analyze. Okay, and in that particular case, the section number 15 subsection 3 will plays a very important role, because this discount is a very important aspect, or whenever you will draft a particular notice or whenever you will draft a particular order, you just need to take the reference of section number 15 subsection 3 if there will be any matter of discount. If I am talking from the perspective of balance sheet, then this balance sheet is very much relevant. In the balance sheet, if you will check, then under current assets, you will find duties and taxes. Under duties and taxes, you will find the credit ledger balance, GST. If there will be any deposit or if there will be any credit available with the government on GST and common portal, then I just request you just need to do one thing. Okay. In balance sheet, this is your liability and this is your assets. If there will be any GST asset side, or there may be chances any GST payable, हो सकता है ना 31 मार्च को मेरा कुछ GST पेबल आ रहा है, या फिर 31 मार्च को मेरा कुछ GST गवर्नमेंट के पास डिपॉजिट पड़ा है. बोथ द पॉसिबिलिटीज आर देयर. So if there will be any GST which is deposited with the governmental authority, then suppose in balance sheet the GST figure is 1 lakh rupees. Then check the same with the GST and common portal electronic credit ledger, the balance as on 31st March 2024. Suppose, just for an example. And the ensure both the closing balances reconciling. And if there will be any difference, then just demand the reconciliation sheet from the taxpayer. Because if the input tax credit from the credit ledger and from the books of accounts will reconcile, then this is my assurance to you, the purchase is okay, the sales is okay, the RCM is okay. Because books में सब कुछ प्रॉपर है, और अगर उसका क्लोजिंग बैलेंस मेरे जीएसटी पोर्टल के क्लोजिंग बैलेंस से मैच हो रहा है, दैट मींस sales, purchase, everything is okay. So this is the biggest assurance for all of us. And if there will be any GST payable, suppose 10,000 rupees, then just check the GSTR 3B of March month, what amount the taxpayer has paid. If in GST that person has paid 10,000 rupees, that means the sales purchase, everything is okay. That means in the balance sheet, whatever will be the GST balance, if the same is reconciling with the GST and common portal, it is a clear cut assurance that your sales purchase is reconciled from the books of accounts. एंड इफ देर विल बी एनी डिफरेंसेस, मैं ये नहीं कहता डिफरेंस नहीं हो सकता है, यस डेफिनेटली डिफरेंस होगा, मेरे भी 90% क्लाइंट में आपको डिफरेंस मिलेगा, बट when you will demand, you will find out a sheet with the reconciliation that these are the reasons why there is a difference. You will find out that particular reason as well. So I just request, do the audit accordingly. In the balance sheet, you will also find out the fixed assets. Check the fixed assets chart. If there will be any addition during the financial year, if there will be any fixed assets, or if there will be any addition in the fixed assets, then just ensure that the depreciation has been claimed on taxable value only. Or if the depreciation has been claimed on the invoice value, then CGST, SGST, IGST will not be allowed. That is what is the thing we need to ensure. And if there will be a deletion, that means if there will be any sales of fixed assets during the financial year, then just ensure proper GST has been paid or not. अगर कार का कोई सेल हुआ है ड्यूरिंग द फाइनेंशियल ईयर, देन जस्ट एंश्योर दैट द जीएसटी हैज बीन पेड ऑन द मार्जिन मनी इफ पॉजिटिव. Check the list of creditors from the input reversal perspective. Whenever you will check the creditors in the balance sheet, just ensure to demand the creditors age wise, and through that list you just need to check if any creditor which is outstanding more than 180 days. In such a scenario, you just need to ensure that the input has been reversed or not, or if the input has not been reversed, then this will be an audit para for you. So these are the things we just need to ensure from the trading profit and loss account and balance sheet perspective while analyzing the financial statement from GST audit perspective, from revenue leakage, and from compliance identification perspective. Okay, I have a dummy ट्रेडिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सर यूट्यूब पे कुछ लोग बोले टैली बैकअप, सो दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर मी टू टेक द टैली बैकअप और मैं यहाँ पर उसको प्रेजेंट करूं, क्योंकि वो पब्लिकली मैं यहाँ पर नहीं लेकर के आ सकता हूं. बट आई हैव वन डेटा एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू एक्सप्लेन सर्टेन थिंग्स थ्रू द डेटा इटसेल्फ. ओके, जैसे यहाँ पर एक ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट है, सेल्स, यू जस्ट नीड टू एंश्योर दैट दिस फिगर शुड बी रिकंसाइल्ड विद द जीएसटी एंड कॉमन पोर्टल. Purchase, you just need to check from the input tax credit perspective. Other expenditure, demand the list of other expenditure, whether the RCM is applicable or not. Shrinkage loss, then you just need to ask that this is a normal loss or abnormal loss. If this is a normal loss as per the nature and trend of the industry, then the input tax credit is allowed. But if the loss is abnormal loss, then ITC should be reversed, and you just need to ensure that the input tax credit has already been reversed or not. That is what is the very specific thing which we need to keep in our mind. जब कहीं पर भी हमको लॉस दिख जाए, just ensure this is a normal loss or abnormal loss. Whenever you will check the profit and loss account, check any difference margin, any other income, lease rent, interest on FDR, SB account, no GST is there, discount, check the nature of the discount. Different margin, demand the complete ledger, because this is also a part of income. Check the GST has been paid or not. If there will be any insurance related expenditure, then just check कहीं उसने तो ऐसा तो नहीं एम्प्लॉय के इंश्योरेंस पे वो जीएसटी का बेनिफिट ले रहा है, आईटीसी विल नॉट बी अलाउड. कहीं कार के परचेज पे या फिर कार के इंश्योरेंस पे तो वो इनपुट क्लेम नहीं कर रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट इज द थिंग वी जस्ट नीड टू एंश्योर. यू जस्ट नीड टू चेक द कैपिटल अकाउंट वेरी केयरफुली. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है प्रोप्राइटरशिप फॉर्म के केस में, इन केस ऑफ प्रोप्राइटरशिप फॉर्म, अगर प्रोप्राइटर को 1 रुपए की भी इनकम होती है उसके ऊपर जीएसटी लग जाता है, एक्सेप्ट सैलरी इनकम. कई बार हम कैपिटल अकाउंट को छोड़ देते हैं. Just check the capital account very carefully. If there will be any income booked, in the capital account, then just ensure that the GST has been paid on that income or not. Reconcile the turnover as per the audit report and as per the GSTR 3B return. And if there will be any difference, then demand the reason of the difference. So capital account also plays a very important role. If creditor is not going to provide the list of age-wise creditors, in such a scenario, you just need to demand the ledger. Okay, you just need to demand the ledger. चेक द परचेज डेट, यूज द फिफो मेथड, फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट. जो पहली परचेज है उसका जो पहला पेमेंट आया है उससे आप एडजस्ट करते चलो, डिफरेंस को आगे लेकर के चलते चलो, तो आपके पास में ऑटोमेटिकली एजिंग कैलकुलेट हो जाएगी. फॉर दैट पर्पज यू ऑल्सो नीड टू हैव द आइडिया ऑफ certain Excel formulas. Okay, you just need to demand the ledger in Excel so that you can easily mark the date wise things and you can easily calculate the days. Okay, Sina sir. So while analyzing the financial statement, whether it is a trading account, whether it is a profit and loss account, whether it is a balance sheet, you just need to use certain provision of law, certain analytical techniques, so that your analysis will be in a very efficient way and you can easily decide. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ आप easily conclude कर पाओगे अपनी audit को, but you can easily decide the way of your audit. किस तरह से मुझे ऑडिट करनी है ये आप इजीली डिसाइड कर सकते हो. उस एंटिटी का इंटरनल कंट्रोल आप चेक कर सकते हो. और whenever you will analyze the audited financial statement, this is my suggestion to you, demand the system generated financial statement as well. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है दोनों में कोई चेंजेस आ रहा है. And one important thing, whenever you will draft a particular notice or the reply or the order, just try to include the case studies relevant sections. So those who are joining this session live, I just request everyone to provide your valuable feedback in the chat box. Okay, I have one exciting information for you, so just wait for more 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, don't left the session. I have a specific information for you. Before moving ahead, I just required your valuable feedback in the chat box. And also I require your permission. Can I share one specific information with you? Just comment me in the chat box. Sir, this information is for the help of GST officer, GST authorities, and for the professional. This is not any type of advertisement. Okay, this is just the information completely depend on you or not. Okay. Recently, we have designed one specific course on complete GST law because the biggest problem is that मुझे प्रोविजन समझ आ रहा है बट मुझे सेक्शन मेमोराइज नहीं हो रही है. मुझे सेक्शन मेमोराइज हो गई लेकिन मैं उसको प्रैक्टिकली कैसे इंप्लीमेंट करूं मुझे वो पता नहीं चल रहा है. मैं प्रैक्टिकली इंप्लीमेंट कर पा रहा हूं पर मैं कैसे किसी प्रोविजन का एनालिसिस करूं या फिर रिलेवेंट केस स्टडीज को मैं चेक कर पाऊं वो मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा है. केस स्टडीज मिल गई, अब वो 40 से 50 पन्ने की केस स्टडी है, उसको कैसे मैं रीड करूं, उसको कैसे मैं समराइज करूं वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. सो ये सारे इश्यूज हमको मिले और वी हैव डिजाइन्ड वन कॉम्प्रहेंसिव जीएसटी कोर्स एंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर कोर्स विल गिव you the complete knowledge of GST law, each and every section with the memory techniques. That means each and every section with will be on your tips. There will be no requirement to memorize a single section. Every section will be stored in your brain through our memory techniques. With that, we'll cover around 250 important case studies, the recent judgment which has been pronounced by High Court, Supreme Court, AAR, AAR authority for your analytical aspect, and also will cover around 500 practical question and answers which we are facing in our day-to-day GST case handling, GST audit handling. So this is a complete bunch. Will cover the GST law, will cover the practical questions, will cover the case studies. Okay, now this session will be for 45 days. This is a 45 days course. Every day there will be a session. On Sunday there will be a break. Okay, after completion of the session we have a exam as well, and this course is completely guaranteed course. If you will not satisfied with the content, will refund you the amount. Okay, and with this course will provide you 3 books. One is based on provision of law, second is 250 judgments, and third one is related to our 500 practical Q&A. Okay, now कुछ लोगों के दिमाग में, कुछ लोगों के पास एक प्रश्न है कि अगर हमें समझ में नहीं आया तो. सो फॉर दैट पर्पज वी हैव वन ऑप्शन टिल टुडे 9:30 PM. हमारे पास में एक ऑप्शन है, अगर आज आप डेमो लेते हैं, विल प्रोवाइड यू फ्री 7 days डेमो. ओके, फ्री मींस will give you 7-day time. Just join our course for 7 days. You just need to pay 1499 and you can join it for 7 days. Okay, if you will not satisfied after joining this course for first 7 days, just text us that I am not satisfied. Will refund you that 1499. Okay, after joining 7 days, if you are satisfied, then you just need to pay the 50% of the course fees. Course fees is 10,000 rupees. In this price will provide you a study set of worth 4,000 rupees. Okay, so you just need to pay 50% of the course fees and join this course for next 25 days. We'll send you the study material. If you will not satisfied after joining the 25 days, just comment us once on our WhatsApp number, I am not satisfied. We'll refund you the whole amount. Then after pay the whole amount if you will satisfy and join it for 45 days. After 45 days, if you will not satisfy, just text us once that I am not satisfied, will refund you the whole amount. इतनी गारंटी आज के टाइम पे कोई नहीं दे रहा, बिकॉज इस कोर्स के पीछे हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव कहीं पर भी मनी मेकिंग नहीं है. We are providing this course on cost only, and the purpose of this course to make everyone expert in the field of GST. You can easily handle each and every course case. और अभी हमने बैच 1 कंप्लीट किया है. That was also a guaranteed course, and this is also a guaranteed course, and I assure you about the quality of the content. So if you want to join, you just need to pay 1499. You can join for 7 days. If you have faith in us, you can pay the full amount. You can pay the 50% amount. Whatever you want to do, you can do. But if you want to pay 1499 and if you want to join it, then just text on this number I have shared in the chat box. By 9:30 my team will share with you the GPay number, and you can easily enroll. This course will be starting from 18th of November, and this will be a great learning, great experience for you. Just on my advice, join it once, you will enjoy. And in this session, agar aapke office hours hai, there will be no requirement of any book, because this session, this course will be covered in a very simplified language, so you can understand everything by just watching. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining, and I just request everyone, if you want to provide your valuable feedback, then I just expect your valuable feedback in the chat box. Tomorrow sharp 7 p.m. when we have one session on how to mitigate the litigations under GST. Thank you everyone once again. I just request your valuable feedback in the chat box on YouTube as well as on the yes, we'll definitely share. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening with us. We'll meet you soon in any other webinar, in another seminar. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.